So first we need to understand how's the IT industry before DevOps and why we need DevOps nowadays. So that is where I'm walking you through. First, I would like to start with the basic point called server. What exactly a server is, why we need a server. So team, I would like to have these classes as interactive classes. Please feel free to post your questions here in the question panel. I would see, I would answer them, and I need your regular confirmations whenever I explain you a topic. I would like to see your confirmation, yes, no, maybe, whatever it is, I'm fine. So please do respond continuously so that I make this class as a live class rather than virtual class, right? So please continuously respond to me whenever I post a question. Thanks for that. What is a server? How can we understand the definition of a server? Okay, when I ask server, you may say server is a machine, a computer, a laptop, or a desktop, or in organizations we use big racks or big machines, we call them as servers. Generally, this is the set of regular definitions I receive from outside. But basically, server is a process. I would say server is a process that accepts the client's request and processes the response to the client. So server is a process that accepts the client's request and processes the response to the client. You hit gmail.com, where exactly the request is going. The server, where exactly your Gmail is hosted. You hit your onlinebanking.com, where the request is going, exactly where you hosted that banking application. That server is providing you the response in return. So the basic functionality of a server is request response. So server works on request response paradigm. First basic thing that we need to know before enter into DevOps world. Next, we need to understand something called application. We need to understand something called application. What is application? Why do we need application, right? So team, application is simply a piece of code. You may say application is a set of programs, application contains some functionality, application we write some functions. All are true. Basically, application is a piece of code, whatever the programming language you chose. Can it be Java? Can it be .NET, PHP, Perl, Python, whatever the language you choose, you can write some application, right? So application is a piece of code that serves some functionality to the end user, that's we call as application. Now there are different types of applications we need to understand, team. In market there are various types of applications. Let me talk about the application types we have in market. We have desktop applications. You can call them as standalone or client applications. We do have these types of applications. First, desktop or standalone or client application. Next, we do have web applications. Next, we do have enterprise applications. So different types of applications we do have: desktop, web, and enterprise. So what are these applications? How can we understand about these applications? So simple, team. Today you join the meeting by using a tool called GoToWebinar. That's a desktop application. You are accessing it from your desktop. Suppose you would like to listen some music. You install VLC player. You will install some VLC player or Windows Media Player or something on your desktop. You want to write a document. You install MS Office and all, right? So team, simple point here is you can go ahead and install these applications. You can go ahead and install these applications on your desktops and you can directly use them. So these are desktop applications. But what's the limitation of these desktop applications? So desktop applications can be accessible only by the user who sits in front of the system. Agree, everybody? Do you agree? Right. So desktop applications can be accessible only by the person who sits in front of the machine. Cannot be accessible by n number of people at a time from various locations. That's the limitation or property or whatever we say. That's desktop application. So how to install desktop applications, right? You know the standard process we've been following through, right, from years. Next finish process. You are well aware of it. Most of the desktop applications we just download the exe, we say next finish. That's where, you know, desktop applications we get on our desktops. To overcome this problem of, you know, single tenant access or one guy accessing the application, we started hosting the applications across the internet. We started hosting the applications across the web. Those are called web applications. Those are called as web applications. Web applications help you Web applications help you to give the access of the application to n number of users at a time. Suppose you accessed DevOps University website, right? You access DevOps University website to see the content and do many activities over there. So that application is visible for everybody across the areas, across the time zones, and everybody of you are accessing that application at a time. Yes, that's the advantage of web applications, right? They can be hosted online and number of people can access them across the world. And and here, let us talk about the content of the web application. Does the content vary from user to user? Tell me. So suppose Rajiv visited the website, Bhargavi visited the website, Paul visited the website. Does the content vary from user to user? Team, does the content vary from user to user? Right. So it doesn't. It doesn't. The content will not vary. The content will not vary because you are the user who is visiting that website. You are not maintaining that website. You are not maintaining that website. You are just the user visiting that website, right? So here team, the point is most of the websites have static content. Most of the websites have static content and they do not vary from user to user. They do not vary from user to user. Most of the websites contain static content. So here the point team, in order to host these kind of applications, what setup do we need? See, desktop applications we just downloaded and we install next finish. But how to host web applications? How can we host web applications? Anybody? How to host web applications? How do you host web applications? Any idea? No answers. Internet online, that is okay. That is accessing Paul. But how do you host web applications? Maybe. How do you host web applications? How do you run web applications? On a web server. Excellent, Ravi. So team, in order to run web applications, we need web servers. We need web servers. Web servers help you. Web servers help you to run your web applications. So there are many web servers out there in market. IIS from Microsoft, IHS from IBM, Tomcat, NGINX, iPlanet. Many web servers are out there, right? Any web server you take, their goal is to host a website. Their goal is to host a web application. So you can use web servers to host web applications. Okay. As you know, the limitations of web applications, all the times they may not be dynamic. All the times they may not be dynamic. And they are not secure sometimes. They are not secure sometimes because when you visit the website, they don't ask you to log in first to visit the website. So means they are not secure by default. You may see HTTP while accessing the website, may not be HTTPS, right? So this is what it is, team. Most of the web applications are not dynamic. Majority of them are static. In today's world, we need dynamic content. Take online banking application. You've been using online banking application from years now. I've been using from last around 10 years. So whenever you use your online banking application, whenever you open the website, the first thing itself, HTTPS protocol it uses, secure by default with SSL security, certificate security. And after that, it asks you to enter your username and password in order to access the content. So security is there first of all. Once you enter your credentials, once it authenticated you, once you are an authenticated user, then it allows you to log in into the website. Once you log in into the website, your data only you will see, whatever your account balance, your mobile number, your address, everything related to you. So depending upon the user, depending upon the authentication that happened, your banking application is populating the data. So this is completely dynamic in nature. Next, data persistency. We need to think of data persistency. Suppose I'm not using my application from last 2 months. My money will not go anywhere. Money will be there safe and secure, right? So this is the advantage. So data will be saved permanently even though you don't access for some time. Your details like your phone number and all, they will not be gone anywhere. They will be also safe with banking website. Data persistency is one of the features with banking application. And next, session management. You know what is session? When you purchase these items in shopping cart and all, you will save all the things to cart. At the end, you will pay them together. So they are saving somewhere temporarily. The same way, if you sit idle for 10 minutes, banking application says your session is timed out. So session maintenance is very important for enterprise applications. I mean to say next level applications. All these things we need nowadays, which you can't get with web server. This is where we go for enterprise applications team. The third type of application is enterprise application. In enterprise applications, you see rich business logic, data management, data persistency, session management, all these things. This is why we need enterprise applications. All the e-commerce applications or e-business applications you see nowadays, these come under enterprise applications. And in order to host enterprise applications, what technology should I use? How to host enterprise applications? Any idea, anyone? How to host enterprise applications? Simply, web applications, we discussed web servers. What about enterprise applications? Don't tell me enterprise servers. There is no such server called enterprise server team. Okay, all right, no issues. I'll tell you. To run enterprise applications team, we should go for application servers. There are types of servers called application servers. Those application servers help you to host enterprise applications. So there are many kinds of application servers available in market. Say it as WebSphere, WebLogic, JBoss. Any application server you go, the functionality remains same. So that's enterprise application for you. So like this team, we do have different types of applications nowadays in market. Without an app, our day is not going to be done, right? So understanding application is important before going to understand DevOps. Any questions here? Hope you're all clear so far. Good. Thanks, Ravi. Team, please respond, everybody. I would like to take your confirmation before proceeding further. All right. So application server is next to web server, Bhargavi. Application server has all the properties, all the facilities to host your enterprise applications. They provide you data persistency techniques, they provide you high availability techniques, they provide you load balancing, they provide you session management. So if you want to run your rich business logic, application servers are the right platform. So application servers you can host anywhere, Paul, within your organization or online, wherever. All right, good, perfect. So let's go to next step. We are done with application understanding. Now